Pac-12 opener last Saturday at home. You beat Oregon State 2-1. How would you say the match went?
Well, it's always good when you get a win, right? So, but I thought the team started the game really well against a really organized, hard-working Oregon State team that's been on a nice little run. So, for us to take the game like that and really get after them, I thought was fantastic.
Sydney Johnson scores her team-leading fourth goal of the season off the bench, nonetheless. How important has she been?
She's been very important, obviously. But no, I think Sydney, like a lot of the other players coming off the bench, are benefiting from some of the work from the players that are starting the game and really finding their way, and they're taking the information that they get from watching and listening to coaching staff, and they're applying it. So I thought she's been really good, and she's taking her chances when she gets in front of the frame. We can only hope that she continues that form.
Finally finding the back of the net, another game where you dramatically outshoot your opponent, and really the thing we've been harping on the last few weeks is just offensively getting to the point where you're finishing. Right. And 2 goals, of course, Saturday. You can't complain too much about that. Do you feel like the girls are making progress in that department?
Most definitely. We start tracking from just our on-goal percentage, and that has been increasing steadily. So for us to force the keeper to make some big saves, and she made a few on the day, that's a very good positive for us. And now we just need to turn them into more goals and continue to put pressure on opposing defenses.
This weekend, a long trip up in Washington. You take on Washington State, your old school, right, and UW. What do those two teams bring to the table, and what are you going to have to do to get 2 wins?
Well, Coach Schollenberger Todd has done a great job with the Washington State group. A little bit different formation than many are used to seeing. Fortunately from us, he came from Texas Tech. We played Texas Tech, and so we've seen a little bit of the 4-2-2-2, though they play it a little bit differently. Still very difficult to deal with and can cause some chaos, so we have to be very sharp, and they're in a good run of form. And then Washington, coming off a loss at Arizona, I'm sure they'll be locked in and dialed in for the 2 games this weekend. So, and they're always just a really organized, really crafty team. I think this year they have a little bit more team pace than normal. So both teams provide stiff challenges, and we've got to be prepared to take care of the details.
Well, the real strength of your team is the defense, and you happen to be facing 2 teams with dynamic offenses that can really threaten you from any range. So how do you deal with that?
We have to continue to be organized, communicate, but be aggressive. I think one of the things that bodes well for us is we're very athletic, and so we're able to take risks. But I feel like sometimes when we get a little too comfortable, we give up chances that we shouldn't give, and still would like us to be cleaner and not give up some of the soft goals that we have. And but I think our defense is they're still finding themselves. They're still tuning their rhythm right now, and so I'm excited with the challenges to come. They tend to do well when faced with big challenges, and this weekend will be no different.